Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, before I start, guys, I know this seems kind of obvious to most of us, I know, so
please try to find a way to forgive me.
But sometimes I do get emails and I do get comments on this subject, so one for the archives, I guess. Now, on my community post I did the other day after my Bob Wall, Joe Lewis, Bruce Lee video, I got a comment from one of my subscribers called Jack. And Jack wrote and said, in regards to that scene, I can't remember what book written about him it was, but it was saying that a stunt double did the backflip that kicked O'Hara when he tried to grab his foot. It really doesn't matter to me if it was true or not. I know Bruce could do that backflip. But I was wondering if you'd heard or read anything like that. Just wondering, Mr. Rambles. I honestly couldn't say whether Bruce Lee could have done the flips and somersaults or not. We must never forget that Bruce injured his back quite badly in 1970 doing the exercise Good Mornings with barbells, and he felt something snap in his lower back. And when he was examined, Bruce had done permanent damage to his fourth sacral nerve, and he was in constant pain right up until his sad passing on July 20th, 1973. Although I have heard that Bruce had plans to explore tumbling and acrobatics, but how true that is, I'm really not that sure. If any of you guys know, as always, let me know down below. So, the short answer, was it Bruce doing the flip, like the flip kick in O'Hara's face when he tried to grab his foot in the scene from Enter the Dragon? No. It wasn't Bruce Lee who did the flip. It was Yuen Wah. Yuen Wah is a Hong Kong stuntman, martial artist, actor, action choreographer who's been in over 200 movies and 20 plus TV series, and he's still active today at the ripe old age of 71. Yuen Wah did a lot of flips and stunts for Bruce Lee. He was in Fist of Fury. He was in that scene where they walk up to the gates, you know, the gates where it says no dogs or Chinese allowed. The gates were called Louis de Camoys. Sorry about my pronunciation. And Yuen Wah was the Japanese that said to Bruce, no, you can get on all fours and walk in like a dog and I'll take you in. That was Yuen Wah. It was also in the first fight at the Hong Kyu school where Bruce was fighting Yoshida, the head instructor of that school. And there's a scene where Yoshida grabs hold of Bruce and throws him, and there's a somersault in the air, and then he lands and sort of Bruce flicks his nose and goes rah, or whatever, he makes like a little frog noise. That was Yuen Wah doing the somersault. In Enter the Dragon, Yuen Wah, when Bruce was fighting Sammo right at the beginning, there's a bit where Sammo comes at Bruce and he sort of flip backs and does sort of like a back spring and flips back up to his feet. That was Yuen Wah. And obviously at the conclusion of that fight, when all the monks are holding up their arms and all their sleeves are hanging down, and you see Bruce go and clap his hands and go into a cartwheel, then all the flips and the flip over, there's like somersault, that was also Yuen Wah. And he walks off with his bum cheek hanging out with the swagger, just like Bruce. See, the thing is with Yuen Wah, he was the same height as Bruce Lee and a very similar build, but he was so acrobatic. And of course, the back somersault kick in the face to Bob Wall. Well deserved, Bob. Was of course Yuen Wah. And when he lands again, he's got that Bruce Lee swagger about it. He nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. And I've got photos to show you it was Yuen Wah. You can also see Yuen Wah at Han's banquet. He's the guy who catches one of the apples. You know, Han throws the apples up in the air and the girls throw the darts and they catch them. Well, there was 3 apples caught, and the one before Bruce was Yuen Wah. He also stands in for John Saxon when John Saxon's fighting Bolo at the end and does a very similar backflip that Bruce did against Sammo at the beginning. Again, that was Yuen. And there are some great photos of Bruce and another stuntman, I don't know who, holding their arms together, and Yuen Wah is doing these really high somersaults over them. Some great photographs. And there's some really cool ones with Jim Kelly with Yuen Wah too. And I also think Yuen Wah would have been in Bruce Lee's Game of Death, because there are some photos out in the new territories where Bruce had like the brown suit and trousers on. Yuen Wah's there. He's one of the people around Bruce. What could have been, eh? I hope that settles that. But before I wind this video up, guys, I've got to say, it says on the Internet Movie Database that Yuen Wah is in The Way of the Dragon. Now, I watched it today. I know, can you believe that? Yeah, I watched it today, and I couldn't spot him anywhere. So, do any of you guys know where Yuen Wah is in Way of the Dragon? Because honestly, I was keeping my eye out for him, because I knew I was going to do this video, and I couldn't spot him anywhere. But maybe one of you guys know a little bit more than me. Again, if you know, let me know in the comments down below. So I hope that helped, guys. Whether Bruce Lee could have done flips or not, I don't know. He really did hurt his back in 1970, and he was in a lot of pain with it, like I said, right up to his death. But maybe in future stuff. But it was Yuen Wah. It was absolutely Yuen Wah. So I hope it helped. For those who didn't realise that Bruce Lee didn't do the flips and back somersaults and all that stuff, I hope that helped you guys. Does it change anything? No. But credit to Yuen Wah, and like I said, he's still very active today. And he's been in loads, Jackie Chan films, you name it. The guy's a legend in his own right. Right, and with that, I've got an unboxing to do. I had a Bruce Lee related package turn up today, but the house was a little bit busy, so I'm itching to get into it, to be honest with you. So, over the weekend maybe, it was quite ominous. It was from eBay, but it was sealed really tightly. Can't wait to dig into it. I've had a right result. Hopefully over the weekend or maybe early next week. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. If you like this sort of thing, give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the Rambles. It don't cost you nothing, and it really does help me out. Thank you very much to all the new subscribers, everybody who's commented, and my patrons. You guys are legends. Have yourselves an amazing week, guys. Much love, and I'll be back with another Ramble real soon. You take care of yourselves.